Hey darlings, life update time. I want to show more love to YouTube and be on here a little bit more often, especially if my regular social media home goes away. So, hi, I am Keera Joel. I am a yoga guide, a body worker, cuddle therapist, and Sacred Counsel guide. So, Sacred Counsel is an alternative, holistic type of therapy that focuses on our connection with everything, because we have connection with all of our different parts, with our subconscious, we have connection with the earth, we have connection with other people, we have connection with our spirituality, we have connection to so many things, and Sacred Counsel focuses on healing all of those different connection points so that we can be wholer and happier and more in tune with ourselves, because a lot of us get disconnected from all of those different parts. And the apprenticeship program that I went through was phenomenal. It was hard because it felt like every single time we got together, a new part of me would break open to be looked at and healed. And I liken it to having a festering wound that's grown over, like on the outside. Maybe it looks okay, maybe it's kind of tender, but we're like, this is fine, this is okay, because we don't want to go into the pain of actually cutting it open and draining it and cleaning it out, because that is extra painful. It feels less painful to just leave it, but then you have this wound just there. And Sacred Counsel helps you just gently open it up and clean it out. And I like to think about it as the guide being this person holding a lantern, holding your hand as we go on into all of the dark, hidden parts that the different protector parts of us want to protect. And it has been really, really fulfilling. I have a couple clients already, which has been so wonderful. And the amount of love I feel for my clients, platonic love, it's so heartwarming, and the way I see myself too in my clients is really, really cool too, to realize how many things are so universally human, how many things we think we suffer through all by ourselves. And no, a lot of us face very similar things. So that has been wonderful. I currently still am doing a medical billing job. And I don't want to. It was bought by a big corporation. The amount that I don't like big corporations is a lot. A lot of it feels really, really fake, and that's one thing I've noticed. So a lot of the people I work with are in more alternative lifestyles. A lot of them are neurodivergent. A lot of them are queer. And a lot of them are so open and themselves, and there isn't as much masking and pretending. And I feel like in corporate worlds, that's how a lot of it is. A lot of it is put on this happy mask and pretend to be super professional, and everybody talks the same, and I hate it. And the amount of stuff that the meetings, that could be an email, and cutting out holidays and all sorts of different things. And oh yeah, there's a lot of things I don't like, and I get worried that they're going to take away different things, because it's flexible, because I do a lot of other things. And I'm at the point where I could probably drop the job that I'm doing and be okay if I was super careful with money, but then I would lose my health insurance. That's a whole other thing I could rant about, is how we might feel trapped with a job because it has good health insurance. Like if you're at that point where you're like, maybe you can't do the wonderful Medicaid, like you might make a little too much, and you're in that like weird limbo spot where it might be really expensive if you pay for it out of pocket, just like without a big corporation, helping you pay for it. But anyway, we'll we don't need to go on that tangent right now. But yeah, everything's been good. I'm in a monogamish relationship, which I really have been enjoying. I still believe in polyamory when it works for people. It's one of those things that can be so difficult. But for me, I'm really loving the stability. I love being with the same person every day, pretty much, unless one of us is traveling or something like that. And really focusing on building that connection. Then I have really close friendships, and I don't know, the way I operate in life is probably different than if I had stayed strictly monogamous. There's still polyamorous and ethical non-monogamy pieces that are in my life, because having that closeness with friends or even with clients, I know some people, I do body work and cuddle therapy, and some partners in a very monogamous world might be like, I don't like the idea of you touching people or being close with people or having that non-spicy intimacy with people. I find it really threatening. So I'm very glad that I'm able to have that non-spicy intimacy with clients and have a partner who's really comfortable with that. And then same thing for him. He does body work, and I have that comfortability of him being able to be there for his clients. So that has been really lovely. I feel like the relationship I'm in has come to this beautiful, steady place, because for a while it felt pretty difficult. It felt like our different wounds kept butting up against each other, because I would have really big feelings, and then my partner grew up learning that big feelings are really scary. So then he would shut down, and then I would be more activated because he felt disconnected. And then it would just be this cycle. And both of us have worked really hard. So for him to be more comfortable around big emotions, to be more comfortable about talking things out instead of just being like, I can't do this, and then things not getting resolved. And then me getting more settled and grounded. And even if I'm feeling big feelings, to be able to figure out, how do I say this in a way that is not very activating for him? How do I settle and calm my nervous system instead of being like rah, up here all the time, but bringing it down a little bit? And so we've been able to get more to that middle ground, which feels really good. And it makes me feel hopeful for other couples as well, because I know a lot of people struggle with things like that. So it's like, okay, if we can figure this out, other people can figure it out too. And yeah, and I always feel thankful for difficult emotions, because I feel like it brings me that much more empathy for other people, to be like, oh yeah, I know exactly, or very close to how that feels going on for you. Yeah, I feel like that's kind of the gist of everything. Yeah, things have been going good, because like I said, I have my company Beheld, where I do the cuddle therapy and yoga and Sacred Counsel and body work. And then I work for a company called Beheld with my Sacred Counsel teacher, and that has been phenomenal. I feel so lucky to be on board and to have my teachers, mentorship, and I love just absorbing her different teachings, and how she is and how she shows up and how she deals with difficult situations. And I'm just like, I want to be a sponge and just take it in, because I feel like she's so solid with her boundaries, and that is something I'm still learning. I'm working on being radically imperfect and continuing to heal all sorts of stuff. I feel like the amount of healing I have done has been life-changing, but there's always stuff to heal. It's a never-ending journey. I know even if I'm 99 years old, there's still going to be something that I am going to want to heal, but I also want to practice enjoying life and knowing that it's not all about healing and slogging through and diving into all of the dark, shadowy parts of ourselves, but also rest and fun and lightheartedness. So that is my update for now. I will keep you posted on other things and talk more about inner work and all of that good stuff, because life's kind of intense right now, and I feel like we can all do more inner work. And I like to put out my human messiness and be radically imperfect for people. I don't want to be like, look at me, I'm so enlightened, I fixed all of my stuff. Because if somebody says that, run. It's very unlikely that, the people who have fixed a lot of their stuff don't brag about it. So yeah, okay, take care, bye-bye.